Okay, Dennis, we're just making this video for you, kind of get a better idea who Clyde is, what he can do, what he can't do. One of the reasons why we really feel like Clyde has the potential to be a good beginner's horse or be a really nice horse is the fact that he's so calm when you're on the ground around him. He doesn't get really scared or nervous at all. He is just pretty docile. We've really worked a lot on desensitizing him. He's good with the bag. Back the bag all around. You touch him with it. He's fine with hitting it on a saddle. Bring it over here. You can flip it over his head. He's not too worried. Do the same thing on the other side. He's fine. You're around him. You can pet him. He's just super calm. You know, walk all around him. Touch him anywhere. He's fine. Come up here, you can lay on his butt. He's fine with that. You get by his saddle, you can smack on the saddle. He's fine with that. Wave the stirrups, he's fine. Slap the stirrups. Not a big deal. That's what makes him nice. Makes me think that he could be a good beginner's horse just because he is so calm. But there's still things that do get to him. One of the reasons why I don't think he's a beginner's horse yet is because he is still a little nervous around kids. Hey, Kason, come here. Yes, Clyde. So when you walk up with Kason, he's still okay with kids. He's getting a lot better, but they do still kind of make him nervous. You walk up here, you pet him, and he just isn't quite as easy going with them. You can throw Kason up here on the saddle. And if you notice, he's still okay. He hasn't moved, but he just kind of lifts his head up. He just isn't comfortable yet with things like that. So he is nice to be around, but there's still some things that can get to him. That makes it so he's not a beginner, broke dude horse. Now, another thing that makes me think that he's not a beginner horse yet is the fact one of his things that he has the most difficult time with right now is his bridling. I just take it slow with him and he puts it on, but he just isn't a beginner horse yet for bridling. So I get the bridle out, I put it up over his nose, he's fine with that. Put it up here high, he's fine. I get the bit up to his teeth and put my thumb in to kind of get him to open up his mouth. He's fine with that. Come here, big guy. Once you get the bit in all the way, this is where he kind of isn't great at. He kind of doesn't like it to slip over his ears easy. So put my hand on top. I always go for the right ear first. Then I come back and get this left ear. And so he just isn't great at bridling. He doesn't fight too much, but he's not great yet. It's probably something that someone else can probably work on it with. So the reins up over his head. He's fine with things going up over his head. He's fine with that kind of stuff. He's fine with things flying over top of him and smacking him. That's not a big deal. So as far as getting on him goes, I'll turn him this way. He usually stands pretty nice to get on. But at the same time, he is still tall. I think you said you're 5'10". That's about the same height I am. Just get up to him, grab on your reins, hold on the horn, throw your foot in, and get on. He usually doesn't walk off, usually doesn't go. That's what makes him nice. It's nice to, easy to get on. Same time, you kind of noticed when I got on him, he kind of did lift his head up. He's just not a beginner's horse yet. He isn't quite comfortable with me getting on, but he does stand nice. When I get him on the first time, I always flex him from side to side. And that's just something I do. When I start a horse, I like him to be soft and supple. I like him to be responsive to the bit. He's pretty good at that. You get on, then I back him up. He'll tuck his nose in, he'll back up nice. That's not a big deal for him. You're going to just give it a second. We're going to help our baby get out of the car seat. She kind of slid down a little bit. You're okay to look boys. There. Alright. Anyway, so yeah, backs up nice. He's soft on the bit. You see when I pull back, I don't have to pull back very hard. He's soft. That tells me he's got a nice foundation on him. But at the same time, he's probably not beginner broke yet. So when I want him to go forward, I don't kick. I just lean forward and squeeze. He walks off. He has a nice slow walk when I want him to walk slow. I can also get him to walk fast and let him really stretch out when that's fine. So Clyde, for the most part, I've only worked on him really with a lot of plow reining. When I plow rein, I want to bring his nose in and be super soft. One finger does the trick. They follow that nose wherever. And so that's how I start all horses, just on plow reining and giving to the bit. But now with Clyde, I've also worked on neck reining, and he's not perfect at it yet, but he's really picked it up. I've only worked on it for about 3 days now of really teaching him how to neck rein, and he's really picking up on it pretty good. Every once in a while he doesn't listen, but he's pretty good at it. Come over here, okay, neck rein over here.
Mom.
Just a minute.
Neck rein back. Now walk this way, neck rein this way. So he does it pretty good with the neck rein. That's what lets me think that in a little bit more time, it'll be a great beginner's horse because he picks up on stuff like that pretty fast. You can tell this whole time I haven't told him to go faster or slower because I work on getting a horse to have cruise control, that he goes the exact same speed all the time when I ask him to. So in order to get him to go, I guess I'll show you a stop at the walk. I'll bring them around here. So stop at the walk, sit back, stops. I don't pull very hard on the reins, you just kind of sit back and let him stop. But you can't pull back on the reins. If I stop, okay, give him a little back up. Then to tuck that nose in nice. So after that, then I push him forward again. I'll put him into trot now. Now the idea of the cruise control is push him into a walk because he's gonna walk until I tell him to trot. So I lean forward, I squeeze, he goes into a trot. And the idea is he should trot until I tell him to walk. He doesn't always do it perfectly, but he's getting picked up on it pretty well. One thing about Clyde is he doesn't have a great trot. It's pretty bouncy. That's because he's a half draft. That's why half drafts, they're not built for smoothness, they're built for strength. So at the trot, he still neck reins. He just doesn't quite listen as much because it's just a little bit faster. So I can still get him to move off it. I can still get him to move back this way. See, every once in a while, he just won't listen quite to the neck rein. That's just because he's a little bit faster. He's still just working on it. So come back this way.
Mom.
Very listen.
Mom.
What?
Still So stop at the trot, sit down, pull back. Whoa. Stop's pretty good at the trot. Back up again.
No.
Oh, did you?
Now here's the key is, after trotting, I want him to go back to a walk and not trot again. Clyde does that pretty well. He'll go back into his walk. He knows that's what he's supposed to do. That's why I say he has a good foundation, but at the same time he's not a beginner's horse because he still requires that you know a little bit about riding. Anyways, but like you saw in the other video, he's cool with standing up on. That tells me he has a chance to become a beginner's horse because he's fine with me doing whatever I want on top of him. Whoa. Ugh. You fall back down in. You know, you can slide off his butt. That doesn't bother him. Anyways, I hope that video kind of helped you understand of why I don't feel like he's a beginner's horse yet. But I feel like he has a great foundation and he's well on his way. Anyways, give us a call back when you get a chance.